Today I thought I would talk about something I call attempting at self-grounding. People might call it hoarding. I also call it like hoarding responsibilities. And I'll just get into that more. So please subscribe, and I hope you enjoy my videos. I hope they're helpful for you. So I'm gonna call it attempting at self-grounding and explain how that happened in my life and why that was a trauma response to my childhood pain. If you've seen some of my other videos, you know that I have complex PTSD that I have primarily healed from, but I'm still going through some of that. And so I'm going to talk about how that's impacted me because that might resonate with you and you might understand yourself and learn some lessons through that. So what I noticed over the past few years when I really started examining why I have so much crap in my house. Oh my gosh, I had so much crap in my house. I just had stuff everywhere. I had extra clothes for the kids. I had extra food. I had extra everything. And so why was that? Why did I have so much crap? So doing that analysis, I went back to, okay, our internal reality is projected externally. So if you want to know how someone's doing, their house could probably tell you. So when I think about like a hoarding situation, I mean, my situation wasn't that extreme, but if I didn't heal, it could have easily gotten that extreme. So why did I keep collecting stuff? Like, why was I drawn to collect things? Well, one reason is I didn't think I was good enough. I didn't think that I was a good enough mother, so I just bought more clothes and I bought more food and I did more things. And I tried to do things outside of myself for the kids because I didn't think that I was enough. I had a core subconscious belief that I'm the problem from my childhood trauma. The reason for that is when parents are constantly criticizing and punishing children, children generally don't start hating the parent, they start hating themselves. Because parents teach children how they need to relate to themselves. So you're like teaching a child self-hate or teaching a child self-love. I mean, those are two extremes and there's gray area. But my parents were more in the self-hate. They taught, because they hated themselves and they modeled that for me, I learned how to hate myself and think that I'm the problem because I was the one constantly being criticized. I was the one constantly being punished. And so that was the logical, okay, well, it must be me because they're my parents and they're adults and they know everything, but what do I know? So it must be me. That's how I internalized it. And that's what I was able to heal from. But the whole I'm the problem, I didn't think that giving myself to my kids was beneficial to them because why would I give my kids the problem? So if I can give them things outside of myself, then maybe that's good enough because I definitely am not good enough. I'm definitely the problem. So that's one reason I started adding so much stuff to my house is to basically sit in the kind of created reality, not real, that that my kids now have enough. They have enough. They have enough clothes. They have extra clothes. They have more food they could ever want, more this, they got enough, But what they really needed was me and me to be healthy. And only now, in the past few years, am I a much healthier mother and in much healthier relationships with my kids. But adding all of that doesn't make you more grounded or more healthy or more anything. It's just more. So then on top of all the challenge I have internally inside of myself that I didn't know how to deal with, then I had all this external challenge and just kept the overwhelm cycle perpetuating more and more and more and more. Something else I realized, and this actually happened when I started making these videos in the spring. My daughter stayed with me, my youngest, for about 3 weeks. And I started getting fearful. Okay, how am I going to pay for this and how am I going to pay for that? I drove right into making more videos. I added more as opposed to holding myself back. Okay, I have more responsibility now. Let me start with loving on myself first making myself balanced, listening to myself, and then going from there. But that's not the step that I took. I went fear, more work. That was the logic. And that's what I was modeled at home as a child as well. There's fear, more, just do more, just do more. And I think that, you know, doing more is an attempt to be more grounded, but I didn't know how to ground. I was never taught or modeled how to ground. Neither of my parents knew how to ground at all. So I was figuring out the past few years all on my own, but through this analysis, I could see that one of the reasons I added so much more stuff, whether it be physical stuff or, you know, responsibility, was to try to live a more grounded, mature life. But that wasn't the way. That wasn't the way at all. And I was only able to realize that once I was cleaning up the house and going through my things and analyzing and being open to why I had so much crap in my house, because I had dealt with a lot on the inside, so I knew about the crap in here, and now I was dealing with the crap out there, but that crap out there came from the crap in here. And it was really eye-opening to me. So now when something challenging happens and I had that initial urge to add, buy, eat out, take on more responsibility, I'm like, oh, hey, hang on. I know what that is. That is an attempt at false grounding. That's not healthy. Now, I might get to doing more later, but let me start with, okay, I'm going into my fear, so I'm not balanced. I don't want to make decisions when I'm not balanced. So if I feel fear and anxiety come up, first thing is self-love. I go to gratitude, go to appreciate. Okay, I'm having a challenge. I have something to learn right now. If I'm triggered, okay, that emotional pain's at the surface, there's definitely a lesson in there. I want to get that lesson, learn it, and let it go so I can, you know, kill part of my ego. And so I deal with it. I deal with what's going on through self-love, gratitude, self-reflection. I learn my lessons, and then I forgive everyone involved, especially myself, because, you know, it's, we get mad at ourselves. I get mad at myself. I do it all the time. Not all the time, but I used to get mad at myself all the time. It still happens sometimes, I would say is more accurate. But my soul creates every moment for me. So why am I getting mad at myself for creating every moment for me? And that's something I'm, you know, still working through, but I'm much better at. I had a challenging day yesterday, and I'm grateful for it, and I'm moving forward. But I didn't go to fear, and I stayed in gratitude. Okay, my soul did this. I'm going to learn from it. I'm going to move through this, and I'm going to be a better person for it. And my children are going to have a better mother for it, and my friends are going to have a better friend for it. So when I have anxiety, I go first to self-love, self-care, yoga, walk in nature, self-reflect, journal, see friends. And I listen to myself. And then when I listen to myself and my internal guidance, my soul will guide me to the next step. And however your internal guidance comes up, but that's the process I go through so that I don't get myself caught in those false attempts at grounding and making more chaos in my life than is necessary. Okay, well, thank you for joining the channel, and please subscribe and have a great day. Bye.